Right, with flow, what is happening is this. Step 1, you all have flow. Everyone has flow. The only reason why we use examples like Olympians, musicians, and anything else, right, is because it's very clear to see. But all of you have flow. Okay, so I repeat what flow is again. You are basically fully immersed in a feeling of energized focus. You're fully involved, and basically there's a success in the process of the activity. So a little child building a sandcastle that looks exactly like a castle, for the child would be a state of flow at that point of time. Okay? For a person who is a creative person, when they do some sort of piece of art, or if you watch American Idol, when you see American Idol, the first few auditions, right, don't you always see people say they can come and sing, but the people who really can come and sing are in their flow, right? They're not even looking at the judges, they're just singing. They're nervous before that, they sing and they seem to be fantastic, and then they're nervous again after that. Can you see that? Right? But that's their flow. The people who go to American Idol and sing but don't really sing well, look at the judges, try to change something, is not flow. Right? They're not flow. Doesn't mean they cannot sing. Singing may not be their flow. Or maybe at that moment they're not flowing. You understand what I mean by that? Because the flow is very simple. They are fully involved, focused in their thing. Now my best example of this is last Olympics. I love watching the gymnastics, and there was a guy gymnast, I think Korean. He is, in terms of expertise, in terms of skill, there. He's there in skill. Skill is fantastic. But very interesting. When he was in flow, he was fine. He would get 9, 10 very high at score. But 1 or 2 of the exercises, so male gymnastics is you go to different exercises. So 1 or 2 of them, he actually stopped halfway through the exercise. That means it's supposed to be a few sections, right? He stopped less than the whole section, no? And he just calmed down. This means that in his head, he couldn't continue. Because he said, it's fine, you know? He knew he lost his flow somehow. He stopped. Very interesting, you try and go watch, right? The Korean. And after that, he did overall quite well, but he just knows. So you know that he's not there yet in terms of mastering his psychological space. His expertise is there. Psychological space not there. And he will stop. Interesting, right? So it's the same. When you are flowing in your work, basically you are very good, 1-2 hours or whatever, you just lose track of time and you're doing it, whatever it may be. Maybe it's not work, maybe it's your hobby. Right? So my friend likes to bake. When she bakes, she bakes. She can't stop. And she likes it. And it's a flow. Yeah? So that's what it is. Now the difference is this. Sometimes your skill set matches your ability level. So therefore there's a significant challenge to produce flow state. That means it must be challenging enough for you to flow. If it's too easy, there will not be flow. Okay, so that's why after a while, some of you get bored of some of the things you do. Because you're no longer flowing there. There's not enough of a challenge. Right? It's get boring, get it? But if there's too much challenge, you'll get frightened. And too little, it won't bother. So sometimes your work is not nice, you know. You actually like your work, you enjoy it, but you have lost your flow. You need to take on something else or make the project more exciting for yourself. Right? So it's never that the work is not up to it, you have lost your ability to flow in the work. Same with your hobby. You may have lost the ability to flow in your hobby. So you have to rediscover it. Okay, rediscover it. So for me, someone like me, right, I did yoga for more than 10 years, and I started teaching yoga as well. But now I totally stopped yoga for 2 years or so. Not because I don't love it. No longer challenging for me. I've lost my flow. Because I know how to do it if I wanted to, see? So, but do I not love it? I love it. If I go back, I need to give myself a bigger challenge. Do something else with it. Or change the way I do it. Or take another form of yoga. Do you understand? So it's not the thing that you no longer like. You just lost your flow in it. So you got to figure out why. Teaching. Many of you are teachers. A lot of times afterwards, another class. Another class. But they're not the same. Every time your students are in front of you, they're different people, right? So if your challenge is to teach each one differently to match their learning needs, then you have a challenge. But if you try, you go teach primary 5 science again, primary 5 science, no, then yeah, of course it's the same science, right? It's just different people, right? So, think like that. So go back and find your flow. Go back and do authentic happiness, the survey, we ask you the VI character strengths, and go and figure out what your flow is. You have it in your life. It's the thing you do. No money also you still continue doing. That's your flow. Okay? Just so you're clear. Sleeping and watching TV is not flow. Many of my students tell me, TV is flow. TV is someone else's flow that you are watching. Okay, it looks as if your flow. It's not. It's not. Your flow is something you create from you. It is inside you. It is this part, eudaimonia. Okay? Remember eudaimonia? It is instinctive to you. It's your potential strengths. Okay, I can't remember where it is. Hold on. There. Fulfilling your potential, finding your true self, and cultivating personal growth. Okay, so that is flow.